Hi, everyone. I'm Alex Gilchrist, Director of PR for the Ducks, welcoming you to today's virtual press conference from Honda Center in Anaheim. A quick reminder, please mute your line until it comes time for the question and answer period. As you all know, Ryan Miller has announced that the 2021 NHL season will be his last. Over the course of his illustrious career, Ryan became the only goaltender in hockey history to be named a top goaltender at the Collegiate, American Hockey League, National Hockey League, and Olympic levels. He also won the Hobey Baker Award while at Michigan State, one of only 2 goaltenders in history to ever win the award. Ryan currently sits 14th all-time in NHL wins and is the winningest American-born goalie in the history of the National Hockey League. He has also been an active community member throughout his entire career, including being named an NHL Foundation Award winner for his work creating the Steadfast Foundation. Ryan, over the last several days, many of your former teammates, friends, and family wanted to express their congratulations and gratitude to you. If you would turn your attention to the video screen, we would like to share some of those with you now.
The winningest American-born goaltender in the history of the National Hockey League. Miller! Oh, my goodness! Oh, what a save by Ryan Miller!
What a save by Miller! Oh, you want to roll a highlight film? Baby, start rolling right now!
Congratulations, Ryan, on an amazing career. You inspired us with your play, but also your charitable work throughout your career.
We are so proud to say that the winningest American-born goaltender in NHL history set the U.S. wins record while playing for the Anaheim Ducks. Congratulations, Ryan.
Ryan Miller is thoughtful and caring. He's clever and competitive. And oh, he is an exceptional world-class goaltender. Congratulations, Millsy. An absolutely remarkable career.
Hey, Millsy. Congrats on a fabulous career. I know your career probably got cut short a couple years because of my defensive liabilities, but thank you so much for having our backs all these years in Buffalo.
Hey Millsy, welcome to the retirement club. Even though you're 10 years older than I am, we're still part of the same club now. It was a true honor to be your teammate, your roommate, and your protector on the road from autograph seekers. Good luck in the future, and I'm sure we'll be talking soon.
Hey Millsy, just want to congratulate you on an amazing career. Buddy, the impact that you've had on the game, on the fans, on your teammates, it's incredible. So happy for you and proud. Again, congratulations on an amazing career.
Hey Millsy, congrats on an amazing career. I couldn't be more proud of you for what you have accomplished on and off the ice, but even more to see you grow up from a skinny kid from Michigan to the man, husband, and father you are today, and couldn't be happier to call you a friend.
Millsy, congratulations on a great career. It's been awesome playing with you the last 4 or 5 years. I grew up watching you and kind of idolizing you from the Olympics. I remember watching you play Pittsburgh in the Winter Classic. You're a great guy, a great teammate, and it was just an honor to play with you.
Congrats, my friend, for a beautiful career. Very sad day for hockey, but a great day for you and your family, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy those moments with your kids, seeing them grow. I know you're a family guy. And I just want to say that I was very fortunate to have you as a teammate for 3 years. Watching you play, I still remember that year 2009-2010 when you dominated the league. You won the Vizina, the Olympics, what a year it was for you. You had such a wonderful career. I always said that I had the best seat in the house for my 3 years in Buffalo watching you play.
Millsy, congratulations on an amazing career. I'm very proud to say I played a lot of those games with you. But hey, here you are now. Welcome to the retirement club.
Ryan Miller, Andrew Peters here. Congrats on a wonderful career. I made you a retirement video about 5 years ago, but you just continue to prove me wrong. I guess now is not like the best time to tell you that you were a great goalie. You were an amazing goalie, actually. You weren't great, you were an amazing goalie. And the truth is, Ryan, I consider you a true friend, but one of the things that you must know is that I was really just good friends with you because you paid for everything when we went out, and I had a crush on your mom. So great career, though.
Millsy, I wanted to congratulate you on an amazing career. It's a fantastic accomplishment. The longevity, the quality, and the quantity of games that you played. You're an amazing goaltender. but more importantly, you were a great teammate, teammate to me, teammates to so many, and you were loved by the fans, and the fans loved and respected you, and that was great. And just to show you, look at this. Still have your picture here in Buffalo in Alumni Plaza. People walk by this picture all the time and remember the good years here in Buffalo. So I wish you best of luck in what's next for you. And if you're ever in Buffalo, you know I can take you out for some really good chicken wings. So give me a call. Best of luck to you and your family, and congrats again.
Well, I'm fortunate that I'm hearing now that Ryan Miller is about to retire. Deserves it, no doubt, but so to the folks that have watched him play and admired the way he plays for so long, and they're not going to be too happy about it, but I'm sure that they'll all understand. When I think back to some of the great times that occurred in Buffalo with Ryan in goal, and me being able to do the play-by-play and improving my superlative vocabulary with each and every save. I miss those days, but I knew they had to come to pass too, and indeed they did. And all I can say is, Ryan, that I wish you all the luck in the future. And I would also like to say that I'm kind of sad that I won't be able to introduce you again by saying, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Miller! Nope, won't be able to do that anymore. Oh, one more thing. Thank you.
First of all, congratulations, Millsy, to you and your family. You've been in this league for a long time, meant a lot to the NHL as well as the different organizations you've been with. You know, playing against you at the Olympics, a very memorable moment for us. Obviously, we were part of that game together, and just want to congratulate you and thank you very much for being the teammate you are and the person you are.
When I look back on my career as a coach, there'll be a lot of fond memories, but perhaps one of the most things that I'll cherish the most has been the opportunity to not only develop a coaching relationship with Ryan, but a chance to develop a friendship with Ryan. It's one of the things that I'll cherish the most. As professional can be, I don't think I'll ever forget the opportunity that I've had to be a part of such a great career and an opportunity to meet such a great person. It's been a real honor to spend some time with you, Ryan, and I look forward to maintaining that relationship for many years to come.
Hey bro, congratulations on an amazing career. You should be extremely proud of what you accomplished. I know I am, your family and friends are. And who would have thought playing mini sticks in the basement would lead to playing against each other in the NHL. A lot of great memories, and love you, man. Congrats again.
Hey big guy, congratulations on an amazing career. It seems like just yesterday we were waving goodbye to you as you drove off to Buffalo for your first training camp. And here we are this many years later, celebrating just an amazing journey. I'm looking forward to being part of the next chapters of your life. Take care, and we love you so much. Bye-bye.
Ryan, we're so proud of the courage, your strong work ethic, and the dedication that you've put into to make your dreams a reality, to become an elite NHL goaltender. On behalf of your siblings and all your extended family, thank you for letting us be a part of your storied career. You are an awesome man, and we all love you tons. Here's your punches.
Congratulations, Ryan. Go ahead. We love you. We are so grateful we got to be on this amazing journey with you. We are so proud of you.
So now I would like to introduce the winningest American-born goalie in NHL history and an even better father and husband. What's his name?
Ryan Miller.
Woo!
Ryan, go ahead.
Well, thanks everybody for joining in. It's keeping it together and tell the family. I'll get it together in a second.
Take your time.
Didn't really tell me there'd be so much on that video. A lot of great memories and really nice to see so many familiar faces here. Eventually here we'll get it together. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Hockey has been a true passion for me, introduced by my family, my dad, our family's history with hockey. And ever since I was little, I can just remember enjoying playing it, thinking about it, watching it. I was really drawn to goaltender as a position. I think being discouraged just in the slightest way possible from time to time by my dad, because he knew how difficult it could be to stand there. But just felt like that was the spot for me. And it ended up, ended up being exactly where I wanted to be. And I'm lucky I got to do it for so long. There are too many people to thank for the help along the way. I always thought of everyone around me as kind of my pit crew. And I'm kind of the driver or the race car, so to speak. It just takes so many people to make sure you are at your highest level. And that's always been appreciated over the years, how many people were willing to help me. And I hope that everyone understands that. I mean, I could sit here for another hour and go over every single person, and I'll probably end up leaving somebody out, and that would be unfortunate. So I'm going to keep it pretty vague and just kind of go back to the start and appreciate all the help from my family, especially my parents, Dean and Teresa. They really, even just taking my son Bodie to the rink has been an eye-opening experience of how much time parents give to their children. And we happily do it as parents, but it's a lot, especially when you're playing AAA hockey and your younger brother's playing AAA hockey, and you still have two more siblings at home who are probably looking and watching right now and remembering all the times they were stuck in the corner of a rink with their homework or just a bag of things to do, and they were happy to go along with it. So thank you to Drew and Bryce and Bryn, and that was a big part of our life growing up. So thank you for that. Like I said, I could go on and on. My teammates over the years were outstanding. My coaching, some personal relationships. I'd like to thank Terry Barbo. He was a goalie coach that I met when I was 16, moved away from home, went to play in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan for a couple of years. And, you know, he helped to kind of craft my game and show me that there were things I needed to work on, and that, you know, became a catalyst for continuing work in the future. I'd like to thank Barbara Meyer for her help over the years, helping me keep my mental game sharp. To thank Mike Liute and Octagon for their direction over the years, and believing that I could make the transition from a college athlete to professional, and countless teammates, many of whom I really appreciate seeing on the screen. I was very surprised to see Jim Corsi, my former goalie coach, with no mustache, but then Jason Pominville with a gigantic beard. That was fun to see. Yeah, but as a goaltender, your teammates mean a lot to you. It is a team game, and we all have our job on the ice, but the boys make it fun to come to the rink. You're going into a competitive environment with those guys, and I thank everybody for their preparation and their competitive spirit. It was fun going to battle, and all the coaches over the years who took the time. As you spend more time in the sport, you realize how much time and effort the coaches put in. I'd like to thank all the organizations who I've played for. The Ducks, right now, this is very special that they took the time to help me with this. I kind of thought this year would probably be my last year, and wanted to take the time to appreciate everything about the game. And, you know, it's been a good year. Able to kind of soak it in, and I thought just, you know, I could have waited to retire, but just felt like this would be a good way to say goodbye, with some time to appreciate it and tell the guys, so that I could kind of enjoy the moment. Yeah, because once you're kind of off and into the summer and doing something else, I didn't know that it would be as easy to say goodbye in a way. This is going to help a lot towards you know, talking to all the people I'd like to talk to, and really being able to give this part of my relationship with hockey kind of a send off. So I appreciate the Ducks doing that, and appreciate the Sabres organization for giving me my start, St. Louis Blues for bringing me in, and the Vancouver Canucks for you know, signing me and believing in me. And thank you to USA Hockey for my opportunity to represent the country at the World Championships and 2 Olympic Games. That's always going to be a source of pride for me. And Michigan State University, where I was able to, you know, play varsity hockey for 3 years under scholarship. That was something I was very proud of. Michigan State holds a special place with my family for sure. It's how many of us have just gone to school there, and also the 10 of us who have played hockey. And thank you to all the fans. It was a lot of fun to play in those packed buildings, to listen to the excitement around hockey, to feel the edge where you felt like you wanted to be out there performing at your best, to feel pride wearing a jersey and representing the team. You know, even going to those visiting buildings where they want to give you a hard time. They want to heckle you. They want to get inside your head. That was fun. And I'll miss that. So thank you to all the fans, whether you cheered for us or against us. It made hockey exciting. And I don't know, am I forgetting anything?
Doing fine.
I think that's probably a good way to segue into taking some questions. And I think I've covered about everything I can think of.
Excellent. Thank you, Millsy. We're going to take media questions. Just a reminder, mute your line, please, and raise your hand for a question. I know we have one non-media member that would like to cut the line. Drew Miller, go ahead.
What's up, bro? Great little speech there. Congrats on a great career. I know it's pretty emotional for you, and if you need someone to keep heckling you, I can call you and heckle you whenever you want. So don't worry about that. I got that covered. My question is, we played against each other quite a bit. How do you feel about the overall record? And the two-part to that question is, why did you not let me ever score on you? You know I could have used it.
I think you got the head-to-head matchup. Don't know exactly what it is. But hey, man, you know it's the NHL. You gotta grind it out. Most of the time when we met up, we both needed to win the game. And and as you reminded me about mini sticks in the basement, we never let each other do anything. So I guess that's how we. It's the smallest game, or it felt like a big game. I guess, you know, we both tried our best, and it was fun to play against you. Not many people can say they did something like that. Pretty cool.
No, for sure. It was awesome. Definitely a highlight up there in my career. So I appreciate you being a big brother and paving the way for me and helping me out. So yeah, I'll get you when we see each other. We'll celebrate, and I'll let you get to the real media people here. But congrats, man. Proud of you.
Thanks. Love you, bud.
Okay.
Thank you, Drew. All right, let's start with Eric Stevens. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Ryan, congratulations, obviously, on a accomplished career here for you. I just have one, and then I'll let others ask. You've always spoken highly of USA Hockey and how proud you were to represent our country in international play. I'm curious as to what do you feel is your influence, even your impact on the American-born goalies that have come up, you know, behind you, after you, since some of whom who are starring in the NHL today, and some who are obviously rising and could become the next wave.
Yeah, I hope they just look at it. It's something that's doable. I'm a skinny kid from middle of Michigan, was able to work at something and represent the country a couple times and make a career out of hockey. I think my situation goes to show with some dedication, you can set your sights and you can accomplish something. And if they have looked to me as inspiring, that makes me feel good. They could take a moment where I was on the ice and use it to build something for themselves. That makes me feel really good. there are a lot of great American goalies, and I'm playing with one right now. I think, Gibby's, one of the more natural goalies I've ever met. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, with that jersey on again. He's done it at the World Juniors and he's done it in the World Cup. Interested to see what happens. They take him off the youngsters team and get him on to the big boy clubs, I guess.
Kevin McGran, go ahead.
Ryan, you mentioned that you were drawn to goaltending as a youngster and your family sort of resisted or tried to push back on that, understandably, given the pressures of the position. But what was it that drew you to the position in the first place?
I think it's just the way I read the game. I mean, it's funny is watching my son play hockey. I mean, you can see these personalities in the kids who are on the ice and how they approach the game, and even the 6-year-olds. And I think just even as like a 6, 7, 8-year-old, I started playing goalie when I was about 8 years old, maybe closer to 9. But you have a personality on the ice, and that's true for every level. And I think my personality and the things I saw in the game, I was just kind of drawn to goaltender. I was very concerned about our end of the game, like on defense. And, I thought I could make a difference back there. I think that's kind of the main thing. I think my personality and the way I see things just lined up, and I consider myself lucky that I was able to do that. I think some people have a knack for things and they might get close to that all aligning for them, but maybe they don't fully, get to that point. So, I consider myself lucky. I found something I really like to do. My personality really aligned with the position, and I was able to kind of carve it out.
And if you don't mind a follow-up, I wonder if the goaltending is such a unique position in all of sports. I wonder how you think the position itself has changed in your time in the NHL, either the coaching or the scouting, that kind of stuff. How has it changed in that?
I mean, it's changed greatly from when I was training as a teenager and moving into juniors in college. There were schools of thought, and you're going to challenge the shooter, your backside is going to get protected by the defense. You're not going to be on the ice very much until you have to be. And as it started to evolve, I had to make changes in my game as you see different situations popping up more within the system of the game. I remember experimenting with Jim Corsi and Jonas Enroth about doing the reverse VH as it kind of came into the game, and we were trying to sort it out. I think the guy who had early success with it was Jonathan Quick really took to it, but you saw how things were kind of moving, and I think that's one part of my career I'm proud of, is I was able to take different elements of the game and start to evolve. And I think it helped, keep me within the modern game, that I could continue my career that way. And I think that's why I was lucky enough to play this long.
Thanks very much. Congratulations. Fantastic career.
Yeah, thank you.
John Vogel, go ahead.
Hi, Ryan. Congrats to both you and your family. I hope your next few decades go as great as the last two have. My question, we all want to leave someplace better than we found it. And you did that both on the ice and off the ice in Buffalo. Just what does that mean to you?
I mean, Buffalo is always going to have a big part of my heart. I feel like I really grew up there. There was a lot of firsts in Buffalo. Just having to take that step into the real world, so to speak, and be your own man, you know, Rochester and Buffalo. I had, you know, I was coming out of college where I was fortunate enough to be pretty much at home for college. So I had a little bit of familiarity and insulation against some of the real world. So having to step out of that and take those steps forward, you know, Buffalo is always going to be that place. And I always felt like I always felt like I kind of owed something to Buffalo in a way. Like I always wanted to do right by the fans, and you know, there's a big inspiration behind a lot of the work in the community and the charity and stuff like that. Was you know, I felt like I was doing something I was very lucky to be doing, and Buffalo was allowing me to do it. So I should be trying to make Buffalo a better place by giving my time and giving attention and you know, sometimes giving opportunity or money to different charities that would just make the community rise up just a little bit. That just made me feel better about what I was getting from Buffalo.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Colleen Elliott, go ahead.
Hi, Ryan. Congratulations on a wonderful career. Just
Thanks.
curious if you've thought about what comes next. Can you see yourself staying connected to hockey in some way, coaching or executive level or anything like that?
Yeah, it's definitely been on my mind. I would love to stay connected to hockey. I have some ideas about what I'd like to be doing in the future. I'd like to do something that keeps me connected in the short term. In the long term, I want to make sure I'm taking time for myself, for my family, but I do want to get myself on a path where I can start contributing at the NHL level to, you know, player development. And at some point, I'd love to be in some kind of a management position where I can kind of use my experience to craft teams at some point. Like, that's something that interests me. I feel like I do have a bit of coaching inside me, but I don't know if I'm ready for the coach's schedule. I can't step out of an intense NHL schedule and step into a worse schedule right now. I mean, the coaches, they're unfortunately, I mean, those guys are here way more than the players. They travel as much, and they're on the hook for all the participation and the scouting and the preparations for the coming season. And yeah, I'm not touching that for a while. And I do see my personality kind of, you know, in a different area. So these are conversations that are, you know, I'd love to have with people I've met over the years who are still connected with hockey, and see how that kind of shakes out. But in the short term, I'm excited to just kind of chill out a little bit.
Can't blame you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Adam Benigni, go ahead.
Hi, Ryan. Good to see you. Congratulations.
Hey.
Terrific career. John kind of touched on the question I was going to ask earlier, but I'll just, you know, of all the teams we've had the opportunity to cover, those back-to-back conference final runs here in Buffalo, there was obviously a special bond in that locker room between all of you guys and so many of your teammates on that introductory video. I guess, what are your reflections on your time on the ice here and that group in particular, where you were really close to bringing a championship to Buffalo?
Yeah, that team, I guess, those years, I mean, it really was a vibe. We had a belief, and it was a lot of fun. It was funny. I think we just we built our confidence bit by bit. You know, as Buffalo transitioned to some new players, and then coming through the lockout year where myself and a lot of the guys got to spend an entire year together in the American League and work towards a goal down there. I think just the bond that I guess my group of guys who are kind of similar in age kind of had, I think we brought a certain kind of energy that caught on with the group of veterans who were very dedicated to the game. I think it all just hit at the right time, and yeah, we got close, and it will forever kind of be something where I wish we had gotten over that hump, but it was very satisfying to know that we came together as a group and we played the right way, and we we had a great relationship with the city, and we enjoyed ourselves, enjoyed our time, and there's nowhere else we'd rather be than right where we were. And that was a really great time, and I hope for that for Buffalo in the future. I hope that they can gather that kind of energy, and they can gather that kind of team where they have that vibe and they have that feeling, and that would make me feel happy, for sure.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yep. Paul Hamilton.
Ryan, congrats on a great career. Good to see you again. I remember Danny BRIERE talking about when you guys were in the room during those 2 years in the series, he said the fans wouldn't even go home sometimes. He goes, you'd win a big game and it seemed like they were coming through. I mean, the room was shaking. How aware were you guys? I mean, you had 10,000 people outside in the plaza watching the game, as you guys were going on. How aware were you guys as connected and invested the fans were, especially, as I said, when you couldn't even get them to go home after games? And what was that experience like for you?
Well, it's exciting. First thing, you get to that point as a group and you feel like you can really do something with that energy. That's where, just going back to my appreciation of the fans, it really does make a difference when you have fans in the building, fans who are following, fans who are pushing you. And I think that, there's people talk about the pressure of, living up to expectations and how tough some of the cities can be with their fan base. But I mean, if you're going to be in the NHL, I mean, that can really be a difference maker. If you're able to kind of get your energy right in the locker room, and you have a group of players who are performers, they want to be out there, they want those big crowds, then Buffalo is an asset. They want to push you, they want that energy to be moving you in the right direction. That's what they want, and we certainly appreciated it, and we definitely knew all about it. We were surprised by some of it sometimes because it felt like something you weren't likely to see too many other places. So I guess I'll just go back and my wish for Buffalo, with the Sabres is I hope they can recapture some of that, and that would be great for the city.
Josh Brewster.
Hey, Ryan, congratulations on a great career. I was wondering if you could share a memory or an impression of your time here in Anaheim. And then I just wanted to ask you a quick follow-up after that.
I think some of my early interactions with the fans when they really came out, my first year, we did like a kind of a signing, and I guess when you're when you come through California as sparingly as we did early in my career, and then I started paying a little bit more attention, obviously, when I made my home out here. But the fan base surprised me a lot in how devoted they are and how big they are, actually. You know, I think that, you know, Anaheim is a great hockey city. The fans really have responded to the teams over the years. And then I think, you know, some of my favorite memories were playing my first year here when we had a chance to ramp up to the playoffs. And you know, you know, Gibby ended up getting hurt, and I had to play some games to clinch that playoff position or move ourselves into that and lock it down. And those were some amazing games. The crowd was excited. You know, we were able to win those games, and it felt amazing to do that. You know, with that group here in that year, and to play important games in Anaheim. That was fun.
And then lastly, longevity in your case is extremely impressive. And I was wondering if you could just touch on not just the physical, but the mental challenges. It's been so many years and so many games. It's a truly impressive feat. And I was wondering if you could reflect on that a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually takes its toll. I mean, I think I was very much a different person probably before I was starting as many games as I did through college and into pro hockey. I think you start to get kind of consumed about preparation, and you feel the weight of the responsibility when you're starting goaltender. I think that's why people kind of see a lot of the starting goaltenders and maybe some of the things they say or do, and maybe they seem a little bit aloof, or they don't have energy for certain conversations. Or, you know, I know I went from, you know, having more of a social time to having just times where I would be weeks on end. I would just be at home, just resting and eating dinner at home. And I mean, part of this carries over into even my, you know, being a backup. You know, you have to be prepared, and you have to be in shape. You have to do all the work, and you want to represent yourself, and you want to carry that responsibility for the team. So yeah, part of this retirement will be setting down that responsibility, and I'm kind of excited to see how that goes. I know that I owe my wife quite a few nights out where we should have been out on a date, but I was having to prepare for a hockey game the next day or in 2 days. I mean, that's how it goes for a goaltender. Your brain is wired towards the next start. Not to talk any trash about it, forwards and defensemen, but I mean, one day the boys can be just doing something completely random, and the next day they're playing a big game, and you know, they don't think anything of it. But I find the goalies are usually, you know, thinking ahead a little bit more. So I'm going to be thankful to set that down.
DeWitt Lee, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ryan Miller time. This is DeWitt Lee from the WFO Sport Report here at Power 96.5 FM in Buffalo. And we owe you so much for your dedication and your workmanship and your dedication to your craft and your job on the ice. But I would just like to, on behalf of all the parents from Hasek Heroes that have their young people introduced to hockey through your programs here in Western New York. And just, I guess, a quick two-part, one regarding Hasek Heroes. Now that you get a chance to, look back on things and maybe sow into, other ventures, is there any growth that you can predict or see with the Hasek Heroes program?
Sorry. I think I'm not directly involved with that one. I think you're thinking maybe of the Steadfast Foundation that we had going.
Right. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we've tried to stay as involved as possible. When you have a you are more of, when I was a part of the Sabres and had more time in the city, we definitely had more of a focus on the area. Our fundraising has definitely been something that's been on the back burner a little bit, but these are areas we continue to look for opportunities to help out. And I do see a chance when I'm retired to revisit some of the places I played, especially in Buffalo, where, like I said, city has a big piece of my heart, and I'd like to definitely bring my family back and bring my son back and kind of show him, like, this was a big part of Dad's life before you showed up, and it's important that you get to know a little bit about it. And I'd like to reconnect with some people there and see how everyone's doing. And so
that'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. And then the second part is, I heard you mention, in the future, some coaching and being involved. And, the Sabres now have some really bright prospects. There's a lot of anticipation, in the net. Is that something that you can see, maybe sending Texas or, just trying to be involved a little bit to help develop our gold miners?
Yeah, I think these are things that I'm interested in helping an organization for sure. I'm not sure how my life and my living situation will affect some of these things. I want to just kind of get to the next step after the season. And, with making a life in California and my wife Noureen's career, and my son Bodie is, he's got his friends and he's used to this area now. We're going to make our life out here. And so I'm going to have to make some decisions that are kind of based around that at some point. But I see us being out here, but I would like to have a future in hockey, and I'm hoping the Sabres prospects are going to be, putting their time in and growing the right way, and then they become great players.
Thank you.
Mike Harrington.
Mr. Miller, congratulations on an unbelievable career. Thank you for all the thoughtful time you've spent with the media. Always appreciated.
Yeah. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good, man. My question is this. You were already a star in the league when you went to the Olympics in Vancouver, but certainly your performance put you on another level in the sports world. I remember, being on the plaza talking to fans of the Today Show, and what I wanted to ask you about was the moment in Pittsburgh. There you are in a visiting arena, getting that kind of response from fans because of your performance in the Olympics. When you think about that moment in the rearview mirror, how unusual, how much of a surprise was it to you? And just how much did it reflect all the job you guys done on the behalf of USA Hockey in those games?
Yeah, it was a nice moment. I guess you don't really realize until you get there how big the Olympics can be. I certainly knew there would be a lot of people watching, but I guess I wasn't fully prepared for that amount of attention. It was a special moment for all the guys. I remember I've talked to many of those players over the years after, and yeah, it ended up being a great hockey tournament and great experience with that group. And to have that moment in Pittsburgh was very special. To get that kind of response from a group of people just for playing a hockey game was quite nice, and I appreciated the gesture. And I know we had a bit of a rivalry going on with the Penguins over the years, just with some proximity, and so yeah, it's interesting. It is possible for Americans to set their differences aside once in a while. So let's carry that forward into the future.
Thank you, Ryan. All the best.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Dan Wood.
Millsy, like everyone else, I want to offer sincere congratulations and thank you for everything that you've done during your time in Anaheim. It's truly been a pleasure to have you as part of the Ducks organization. understanding the emotion of this occasion and the fact that your NHL career is not yet over, I'm curious, anticipating seeing you in net before the season ends. The way you approach games has always been in a very cerebral way. What do you think the challenge is going to be like now to actually focus on playing hockey again here in the next week and a half?
Yeah, I considered this as we were trying to figure out what to do with. I think just have to be in the moment. Something that's, even though I've been a cerebral player, I've tried to take on challenges in that way as well. And yeah, this is going to be pretty emotional, and I'm sure it'll want to creep into your head to be a distraction. But I'd like to compete to the very end and get that opportunity. So I've been preparing myself and trying to stay in shape. And obviously been backing up in the locker room. And so, you know, I'll be prepared. I'll be ready to go. But I did consider all that. I talked to a lot of people, including like the coaching staff and Bob Murray, talked to the family, and just with the way the last season and this season are playing out, and just what would be the best opportunity to say a proper goodbye to the game while I had an opportunity to do it. I thought that this was the right time. Talked to a lot of people who said they just let themselves kind of just fade out and gave a wave goodbye on the way out the door. And I think most of those people said that they wish they took time to recognize everything and talk about it more, and do it with their teammates, do it with their friends, family, fans. I think that in listening to a lot of people who had done it before, this was an opportunity to do something so we could kind of see it coming, say everything that needs to be said, and that can kind of help things move forward. And I thought that was going to be important for me in my life, for sure. Just, I think, taking into account the last year that everyone's experienced, I'm very much a big fan of making decisions and moving forward and not losing so much time anymore. So this is an opportunity to take some of that time, use it properly, and move forward.
Thanks, Millsy. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Millsy, congratulations again.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. And I will see you around the rinks. I just will not be in the crease.